Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm doing a 3 looks 1 palette using the Blend Bunny Surge palette. If you want to see me create 3 looks with this palette, then just keep watching. Please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and comment down below. That is my favorite part. So I took that shade right there and I placed it on my outer portion of my eye. And yeah, that's what I did. I don't know which look is my favorite. You'll have to let me know which one is yours. I always love hearing what people think. And I also placed that shade on my inner portion of my eye. This is going to be a halo look for look number 1. Then I took that maybe shade and I placed it next to the edges of both of those shades in like a V form mat, sort of. I don't know. You see what I'm doing. I'm not very good at explaining. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. I have no phonics. I'm not perfect and I'm not good at explaining things. But I like makeup and I like talking about makeup and playing with makeup. So there's that. I have that going for me. I go into that cheeks shade and I use it to buff out the top edges of the eye look. And it's just a very light pastel. I do think it can build up and that it was fine, but you definitely have to build it up and or use like a very white base if you really want that color to show. But I think it does its job for me. I have not watched any deeper skin toned beauties out there use this palette. I am curious what they think about those pastel shades. Anyways, I took that Taboo shade and I placed it on my outer portion to deepen it up again. Or whatever shade that was. Was it Taboo? I don't know, you saw. I'm sorry. I took some concealer and I threw it on the center of my eyelid. And then I took that charged shade, the neon, the pink, and I placed it on the center of my eye for the pop or the halo. Yeah. You guys, I've been enjoying doing some more all matte type looks, which is weird. I'm changing. I took that maybe shade and I placed it on where I'd placed it originally to kind of bring it back to life. And then I, brought that one shade down on my bottom lash line. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with, but yeah, sometimes my brain just has to focus on one thing before going to the next. And I placed it on the inner portion as well. As you see. Do you guys like halo eyes? I really like halo eyes. I think they're fun. I took that Taboo shade and I placed it on my bottom lash line with a flat brush because I really wanted to deepen it up, And that's what I did. I tapped it on. And then I took that maybe shade and I placed it more towards the center, kind of like I did on the top portion of my eye. And then I took charge and I placed it on the center of my bottom lash line to have more of that halo effect and bring that attention right into that center. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I took that All of Mine and I placed it on the inner portion of my eye. I don't like this shimmer. I don't. I've played with it more than once and I'm not a fan of it. I do like the other shimmers in this palette. But anyways, that is the finished look. What do you think? I like it. I thought it was fun. I could see this being like a very pretty Valentine's look. I don't know. But it's cool. It worked. And I don't know. I liked it when my eyes were closed. So for look number 2, I go into that black shade, or that blue shade. It's the blue black, whatever that shade's called. And I placed it on my eyelid, and I had already started filming. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you didn't miss much, so that's good. And my camera gets a little bit blurry. I'm sorry. I will get it together at some point, but probably not. But I'm working on getting better, I promise. And yeah, I just packed that on, and then I took that other blue shade. I think it said it was called Rush. I don't know. I'm sorry. You saw it though in the palette. And it's like a gray blue, and I placed it on my inner portion of my eye, and I brought it up and over on the edges of the blue black that we had used, and I just kind of blended it out. And then I used that Chills shade, and I placed it on top of everything as more of a transitional and more of a layering kind of thing. If you know, you know. I went back into that darker shade and started blending out that edge. It was kind of a little bit harsh, so I wanted to blend it out a little bit more and make it look a little bit more pretty. I took some NYX glitter glue and added it to the front portion of my eyelid. And then I took that underneath shade and I placed it on top, and oh my god, I love this shimmer. I think it's so reflective, you guys. I was impressed. I really liked it. I mean, it's not like anything super fancy or anything, you know, it's not special, but I did feel it was really reflective. Then I took Energy and I placed it on my bottom lash line because I felt like I wanted to use the neon shadow. I really like this palette a lot, and I want the Primal. I want the Dollhouse too, surprisingly. But I don't need them, I just want them, so we'll see if I ever do fill that void or that want that I have. I took that deeper shade again and I placed it on my bottom lash line on the outer portion. I just used a flat brush, and then I used a fluffy brush to kind of blend it out just a little bit. And then I took that Rush shade again and I used it to kind of blend out some more, just to kind of make things flow around that circle there. Then I took Flash, which I also really like this shimmer, and I placed it on my inner portion of my eye. Yeah, I think Flash might be my favorite shimmer in the palette, to be honest. I know this look doesn't show it off very well, but it's really pretty. I took Limitless and I placed it on the center of my eyelid, basically, because I wanted a little extra, I don't know, pop, and I felt like that might do the trick. I ended up using my finger, and I thought that worked better, and I used the deepening up shade to blend out the edges. And yeah, that is the final look for look number 2. Let me know what you think down below. I really liked it, and yeah, very blue. I like that shimmer. Yep, that's my take on it. Look number 3. I'm going into Taboo. I know I used it already before, but yeah, I threw it all over my eyelid this time, and I know things are a little bit off in the camera. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I need to do a different setting on my camera or something because it struggles focusing on my freaking eyeballs. I don't know why, but it does. So I need to fix that somehow. But yeah, I just threw that shadow all over my eyelid, and then I took Grunge and I placed it on my outer portion. I really like this matte. It's pretty. It's my type of shadow. It's a deep, deep red, and I like it. Red brown, kind of maroony. I don't know my colors. I don't know how to explain it. I took Juicy and I placed it on the top portion of everything, or used it out as a blending out shade or a transitional shade or whatever. I placed it on the edge of those shadows that we just laid down, or that I just laid down. Yeah, and I think it's a very bright orange. It's a very juicy. So, and I'm just working it into things, because work it. I'm in a weird mood. It's really late, and I haven't gotten much sleep. So yeah, you get the sleepy version of me, which I'm always sleepy, but I'm like sleep deprived. Okay, I go into Power and I place that on my brow bone, or right below my brow on the front portion of my eye, because I'm weird and I like to do that sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like it looks a little bit uneven, but I do it. I took Cut Out and I used it to blend out the outer portion of my eye, and kind of to use it as a brightening brow shade, I guess. And then I took that grunge shade and I placed it on the bottom portion of my, like on my bottom lash line. Then I took Power and I placed it on the inner portion of my bottom lash line, because why not? Kind of wanted to just, I don't know, make it look a little bit more like it all went together. And then I took Zip It Up and I placed it on my eyelid. And I didn't use a glitter primer or anything like that. So yeah, I just used a brush. I think maybe I go in with my finger. We'll see. I forgot. It's like watching it with you at this point, because I recorded this a while. I took my finger and I just rubbed it up there. Then I took Flash and I used that for my inner corner again. And yeah, this is the final look. What do you think, you guys? I thought it was fun and bright and orangey. Yeah, let me know what your favorite look was. I hope you made it to the end. Thank you for bearing with me and supporting me and watching my content, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.